Hi there, I am Aaron, and welcome to the Call Cinema, and I'm live. So, I'll let you guys know that I was coming live. It took me a couple more minutes than I expected, and I got to do something really quickly since I'm waiting for you guys to come on. And I have to make sure that I'm actually really live. So, wait a sec. Cat's gonna get this off so many times on these. Alright, so because I'm never quite sure if this thing's actually live or not, because sometimes this one lists what I'm doing right now. If you see me doing this, then bloody hell, I gotta put on the right source, don't I? What I'm doing is I'm putting my hey there, I am live, perfect. Hey there, Ashton. You are the first person in here. So what I'm doing right now, just so you know, is I'm putting the comments up here on this screen. So when I go to look at the website, I will actually be able to see you guys. Hey there, Daniel. As I know, I talked about like Naschy recently on the Cobwebs podcast, by the way, and I'm pretty sure I did it on the Just of This podcast as well. We talked Naschy stuff, so we got Naschy stuff to talk about today. This is way too much of my face, I think. I think I'm not as white as I look on the screen right now, but I'm looking really white because the light I got on me is really too much. I got to move it over somewhere. So I'm trying to do this, and my freaking internet is being so slow. Hey there, Shadow. Hey there, Josephine. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get up the stuff so we can talk about the Mondo Macabro announcements. And let me get to my channel content so I can have you guys up on the big screen there. Thank you, Ashen. But we have some really exciting stuff to talk about today. My better half is playing camera person. Well, actually pretty good. A little bit like on that side, but it's there. See that? But it's not that. So that's I don't think we can do anything with that.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Oh, okay. No, that was kind of.
Yeah, give me a second.
So, by the way, guys. Go to the video link so I can actually see this on my screen. Oh my god, my computer's being so stubborn today, and all I want to do is talk to you guys about some Naschy stuff. Not just Naschy though, but also Grau. Good job. I must keep her. She's a very good assistant. Hey, they said everybody, Josephine and everybody says hi.
Hello.
So my better half is there in the background, so maybe we can get her comments on this stuff.
No.
No?
No. Not today.
And my computer is effed up. Is what we'll say it in the nice way. There we go. Now let's mute this. Okay, right. There we go. Perfect. All right. Now you can see your comments up there and on here because we're going to be looking at some Mondo stuff. Mondo made their announcements for the big pre-order sale. So just so you know, Mondo doesn't do announcements very often. So it's usually maybe 3 times a year. I got to move over here a bit. So what we're going to what we're talking about tonight is the Mondo announcements. I'm going to bring them up so we can look at them together. And there's some super cool stuff. She is the DP to look at. There's also announcements from Kino as well, which kind of excited me for October. Thank you, by the way. Craig, you know, you're the only person that commented on my review so far, and thank you so much for that. Well, there's one other person, but I had to mute them because troller's going to troll. All right, so this is the Mondo Macabro website, but that's not where we're going to go. We're going to go to Twitter. We'll look at this afterwards. But as announced on bloody hell. And there's some cool releases coming. So let's look at it here. So there you can see it's like one picture for Hunting Ground, which is by Grau. He's the guy that did The Living Dead in the Manchester Morgue, and of course the recently released Blood Ceremony, which is an excellent film, by the way. And I strongly recommend it. So here's the alternate artwork, and this of course is a revenge film, which is different for Grau. I'm used to seeing a lot of his stuff when it comes to the supernatural, and but he's very talented, and this will be extremely well shot, that's for sure. Next up we get, can't show that on screen. Why was that uncensored there when it's not supposed to be uncensored until, okay. So for a brief second you saw the uncensored copy of a movie that was not supposed to be shown uncensored until it came out. So kind of pissed at you, Mondo, right now. But yeah. So this is Hell of the Devil. Hell of the Devil is probably one of the most wanted, most sought after Naschy releases so far. This is one of those ones that basically everybody. My dad, I'm not sure if my dad's here or not. Like I told him that I was gonna be on streaming tonight. But this is one my dad talked about a lot. Hey there, Dave. And it was a hard one to get. It's been a hard one to get for years. We've never been able to get a really good copy of it. It's always been like crappy copies of Hell of the Devil. But with this, we're finally getting a good release for Hell of the Devil. Now, feature-wise on both of these here, let me just open it up here so I can actually talk about the features as well. Because I'm actually super excited. Hey there, Zach. Super excited about this stuff. So with Hunting Ground, it's limited to 1,200 copies. Of course, with the famous red case, reversible sleeve with brand new artwork. We saw that, and 20-page booklet with brand new writing by on the film by Spanish writing expert Ismael Fernandez. Hey, Burrow, welcome. It's a brand new 4K restoration of the film, region-free worldwide Blu-ray premiere, choice of English dub or Spanish language with optional English subtitles, and an archival interview with director Jorge Grau. And hopefully I pronounced the name right. For Hell at the Devil, this is one a lot of people are really excited about. I'm excited about both of them actually, but I gotta watch the trailers on Mondo every time. It's just we listen to like the whole opening. Yeah, in the background, hand is kind of like doing her little dance. Hell of the Devil is a brand new 4K restoration from the film negative, a Spanish language optional English subtitles, a brand new audio commentary by Rod Barnett and Troy Guan of the Naschy cast, and I listened to the Naschy cast, so. Yeah, the booklet and the reverse art only comes to Zach with the limited editions. So this is going to happen on March the 11th, I think 9 a.m. Pacific time. I can pretty much guarantee you, anybody that collects films, especially Gothic films and Naschy films, are going to be at their computer when this happens. This is Hell of the Devil is a huge announcement. At least I think it's a huge announcement. So there's 1,500 copies of Hell of the Devil. The last time that they did a Naschy release, which I'll show you guys after, and I got that one actually, is Panic Beats, and that one sold out. Well, I think was it within an hour or two, and they actually did like I think 300 more copies because they had done two. They thought they did too little. So I think it was like 1,200 copies originally for Panic Beats, went up to 1,500, somewhere like that. And that's that's the max they could do. I see this got a Rick Melton artwork, which is the artwork that you saw for a second, the one that I couldn't show you very much because there's the nudity on it. Rick Melton, by the way, did a lot of work for Arrow Video, especially in the early days. So if you look at stuff like the Arrow release of like Inferno, or with the anytime like an Arrow release and you see like a sexy, voluptuous girl on it. Hey there, Owen. Buona tarde. I would totally pronounce that right, but right on. Looking for a Hunting Ground trailer? Or hey, Grau, you're safe. Death Bomb getting his stuff. Yeah, Panic Beats is an excellent title. Naschy is pretty great all around. The only Naschy release that I got from Mondo, like that's limited edition, is Panic Beats. I got Inquisition and the Beast and the Magic Sword later on, but I really want to get the limited edition of this one. So I want to be hopefully Thursday, March 11th, Mondo Macabro, Big Cartel, 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'll definitely be looking at that. Hopefully, I'll look to my better half and like suck up and stuff like that. It'll be my birthday month, so yeah.
Should I cancel everything else?
Oh. But we get a full color booklet with brand new writing by Naschy expert Shane M. Dellman. I would love to see them put out The Day That The Man Who Saw Frankenstein Cry, which is a great documentary on Naschy. I would love to see that. I don't think the Net Complete series, is it on? Is it available, Alan? I haven't seen it. I'm excited to see what Arrow announces tomorrow. I didn't know they're making announcements, to be bluntly honest with you. Not actually yet, because I'll be honest with you, usually this time of year is not early in the year, is not usually when you get the better Arrow announcements. But I haven't bought a lot of Arrow in a long time. I've gotten some stuff, like really good, and it's been really good. Do I know if they're doing a bundle with it? Mondo Macabro, as far as I know, have never done a bundle. So basically, you can go on and you want to make sure that you're on there early. Yeah, Rick Melton does do all the covers for Dark Side Magazine. By the way, cool points for reading Dark Side Magazine, because it's an excellent, excellent magazine. We don't get it here in Canada. We do if I lived in Newfoundland, because they get the cool magazines. Here in Nova Scotia, we get Jack. We get, if we're lucky, scary or spooky magazine, and the occasional Rue Morgue with the Horror Hound, if you go, which is around 3 months old. But where I used to live before, we got all the horror magazines. Actually, when I went to Corner Brook, of all places, this is a small town that I was born in, we got it. But yeah, I'm excited to see what Arrow's announcements are going to be. A lot of them get leaked nowadays, I find, when it comes to what they do. But it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure one thing would excite me. I would love to see them come out with, obviously Arrow's announcements are usually for like later on down in the year. But what I'm hoping for is maybe like an October release, or of like something like for the Four Flies and Grey Velvet, like a big edition to that. Because I got the Shameless release, and that desperately needs a new release. Like, I'm sure there's gonna be a 4K that's gonna. Heard rumor that Arrow will be doing Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. Yeah, you do, Dave. You get magazines and everything. Oh, anywhere but here.
Well, to be fair,
We live in a small area.
we live in Cape Breton and yeah.
Well, but
Sydney.
to be fair though, Sydney's not as small, and those same magazines are in Corner Brook, which is much smaller than here. My last Dark Side magazine I bought was coming back here, like from visiting my dad. Ironically, though, when I was coming back to live in Newfoundland, I remember stopping at in Nova Scotia, like I think it was in Halifax, something like that, and buying my dad like a Rue Morgue magazine, because it had like, I think it had Naschy or something on the cover, because like my dad's always been a huge fan. Like as soon as I mentioned this to my dad, he was like, so when is this going to be coming up? So I let him know. A special order. I see. I don't dig that. I don't dig the special order thing. That's like, like I went to my local comic book shop, and at the time I said, I'm going to try Fangoria magazine. So I said, do you get Fangoria? They said, well, we don't, but we can special it in. Special order it in for you. And I was like, fantastic. So I think like a couple months went by because they said like it only happens
3 months.
3 months went by. So they said it only happens like every once in a while. Like, Fangoria is a quarterly magazine. So that month, one came in, but I never got a call. And I called them and said, no, nothing's here. Then later on, I think it was like 3 months later, I finally went into the store. I went in and I was like, hey, I ordered the Fangoria like over 3 months ago. And I'd ordered the back issues that were available at the time. And they were like, hey there, Scudder. Yeah, we didn't get those. I said, well, you didn't tell me that you didn't get them. I said, because, I probably could have ordered them elsewhere at the time if you would have mentioned it to me. He said, yeah, so we got one here. And I'm pretty sure that the one that they got me at the time was something that somebody else didn't pick up. Not something that they got for me. Have I gone skiing or snowboarding in Halifax or Nova Scotia? No. Or anywhere? Yes, I have gone in Canada. Yeah. I used to live in Corner Brook, and there was a ski slope called Marble Mountain. And
Still exists.
I know, but not as much snow right now. But yeah, that's where we'd go skiing or snowboarding when I was younger, I guess. Not that I ever went a lot. I'm not like the expert skier. I tell you that much right now. Yeah, I went into there for like they're a smaller shop though. Like I'm not going to give them too much grief. It is a smaller comic shop, so it's probably harder to organize things. You think it'd be easier though if you got less people ordering stuff. Anyway, so I went in there recently and asked about like omnibuses because I'm in this omnibus kick and I'm driving my better half crazy with it. I know, but I watched like umpteen videos, near mint condition. A lot of those videos. I was on actually. I was like participating in his live stream last night. But yeah, so I went and asked the dude, so do you have omnibuses? And they were like, no. He said, but we can order them in, but it might take 3 or 4 weeks. And I was thinking, yeah, we've been down this road. So I'm just watching Indigo. One of my viewers on here let me know that Indigo does like a graphic novel sale in March where buy 2 get 1. So yeah, I'm hoping that's the thing. But you never know in these day and age what's going to go on. Also, there's another announcement. Yes, there is. I almost forgot this. Let us look at... Wait a minute. We're already here, so let's go to Kino. I almost went to... Because Kino Lorber had an announcement as well. Let's see if they got it up here on their Twitter. There we go. Kolchak the Night Stalker, the complete series. With bonus features, by the way, so hells yeah, thank you so much. I'm a huge Kolchak the Night Stalker fan. I pre-ordered Kolchak the Night Stalker and Kolchak the Night Strangler the year that it came out, the Halloween that one came out. It came out as an October release. This is going to be for October, by the way. It's going to have a brand new 2K restoration. Artwork, bonus features, additional details will be announced later. Now, if you've ever had the original release of Kolchak the Night Stalker, and I did back that day, like before I initially went to Ontario, to Ottawa, I had this series. Unfortunately, when I think it was the second disc or something, like they were flippers. And when I started, anytime I started to play anything on that disc, especially Chopper, when I started to play Chopper, it just like would shut down on me. And that happened with like 2 or 3. Because I bought it again. I got rid of it, and I ended up buying it again, a little ways down the road. And it was another and again, Chopper, same disc, faulty. Well, Kolchak is based on a series where that was done with Darren McGavin. So originally there was a movie called The Night Stalker, and after The Night Stalker, it was an extremely popular TV movie with Darren McGavin where he's a reporter. He's a disgraced reporter at the time that's trying to make his way back up through Las Vegas. and he finds out there's an actual real live vampire that's killing people. And it's a really, really good film. They followed up with a second film called The Night Strangler. And again, a really, really great film. Richard Anderson's in that one. And it's basically, there would be no X-Files or any of those type shows if the Kolchak series didn't come around first. Basically, he's a reporter that every week, it's kind of a Monster of the Week type series, he stumbles upon everything from a revived Jack the Ripper, a headless motorcycle rider, that's the Chopper episode, a knight, basically an empty armor that's killing people. In one really cool episode, a sequel to the vampire episode, basically a vampire that's come from Las Vegas, that was from some of those bit in the first film. A werewolf on a boat. Eric Braeden was in that episode from Young the Restless. He played Victor Newman. Extremely, extremely cool show. So if you've never seen it, it's really good. Darren McGavin is fantastic in the role. Simon Oakland is amazing as his boss. And I would recommend picking up the Night Stalker and the Night Strangler films, which are both on Blu-ray and Kino Lorber. They both have special editions before the series comes out this October. Because this is a must for most. There was a remake Night Stalker series done a few years later, back in the early aughts, I think. But it wasn't what's the word? Good. It wasn't good. But it was fun. It didn't last very long. He actually kind of did like a computer generator CGI. Hey there, Michael. Version of the of him in the background, and I think it was Stuart. What's his name? From you know it. Queen of the Damned. The movie with Aaliyah. She passed away. Stuart something. He played Carl Kolchak in it. It's killing me.
Townsend?
Thank you. Yeah, Stuart Townsend. Stuart Townsend played Carl Kolchak, which is a really great choice. I love Stuart Townsend, by the way. One of my favorite, I think he's an underrated actor. But he didn't get to, the series wasn't exactly, what it should have been. Which is a shame, because Stuart Townsend, wasn't Stuart Townsend in Queen? Yes, he was.
Yes.
Yeah.
If that's who you're referring to.
As he was, what's his name? My God. No. So there's Interview with the Vampire. Lestat. Yeah, Vampire Lestat. Yeah. I love those books. Like everybody else, like in college, I read all those like Anne Rice books. I read the Lestat ones. I read the other Anne Rice books, and some people that she wrote under another name. Yeah. Anybody ever remember a sci-fi show called Kolchak, Rebel Hawk, Dark Shadows? During the early mornings during the week. That's kind of cool. I didn't get them like that. You'd eat them while watching cereal before school. That could be like your channel, like cereal at midnight. No, I think I would not do that. There's one cereal channel, and he counteracts it. But I'm excited. I'm super excited about this here. I'll show you guys some of the. I would love to have Queen of the Damned 4K. I know a lot of people don't like that movie. It's not the best, but I enjoyed it. I thought Stuart Townsend was a good choice for Lestat. So you're going to see my face again. Oh! So let's look at the most recent Mondo Macabros that I'm going to show you some Mondo Macabro stuff that I got. So to give you an idea of this whole thing. So here's a couple of the regular releases. For my dad has the limited editions of these, by the way. Hey there, Cinematic Collector. How about a future you're the one that asked that. A future episode with a sexploitation and erotica recommendations from my better half. She's not really into that genre very much. But yes, I can see that's something that we can do. I want to get a special episode over on my Patreon as well, so we're going to do something there. That'll be a live one when we do that. She's looking at me like, excuse me? Okay, so there's Inquisition, which is a really cool little Naschy film. I really like this one. And great features on it, by the way, as well. Auto commentary with the Naschy Cast guys. We should re-listen to Naschy Cast. It's definitely a good one. Also, make sure you listen to my Cobwebs episode where I talk about Paul Naschy with Daniel, who I'm not sure if he's still on here. And I actually mentioned this next one here, Beast and the Magic Sword, on an episode of Just to This. So, pimping your channels, guys. And if you're listening to Just to This, you should be watching Just to This because it's got a YouTube channel and Pure Cinema Podcast as well. So there's some good ones for you. Naschy Cast, Cobwebs, Gothic Cinema Podcast, Just to This, Pure Cinema. There's so many more. VHS, another great one, by the way. I love this cover, by the way. I'm so peeved. See, this came with like cards and everything. Is my dad the reason I got into... Yeah, I mean, a large part of it. My dad was a huge movie guy. When I would go visit my dad, he had like things like Famous Monsters of Filmland, like all around. I've always been like pretty much a geek when it came to like visual media, especially. So I used to read a lot. I used to I used to get a lot of comic books, and then I got books on movies and that. I was always my dad always was like a fountain of knowledge when it came to films, and my mom was like the true crime person, so I had that part like she would read the true crime stuff, and I find out like that stuff from her, and then my dad would like know all the stuff when it came to films. He knew about Naschy, he knew about the Hammer films. Like he definitely got me love for it there. As did my aunt actually. My aunt Thelma was a huge, and she still is a huge horror fan. She would like watch a lot of that stuff, and we talked about it as well. So she had the same type of taste as my dad did in films. So she liked the Hammer, she liked the old school stuff, and I grew up like watching the CBC late night, where they'd have like months where they'd have like just Hammer films, Universal Horror, stuff like that. But I learned a tremendous amount from my dad. Mondo Macabro limits everyone to one per customer. Good. Yeah, so they should always... Oh, thanks. I actually really enjoyed that episode. Hopefully, I'll be back on Just a Disc and Cobwebs sometime in the future. I'm just... So for when they watch this video, I'll be like... They can see I'm here kind of like, yeah. All right. Oh, one thing I'm going to mention to you guys, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on this because this is going to be important. Thanks to you guys there, and special thanks to Michael for pointing it out to me. I am signed up with an account with Teespring, so I'm going to be working on actually getting some Cult of Cinema swag here. So if any of you guys are interested in things, definitely let me know. Because I'm looking at getting a t-shirt done, getting a mug, and getting a face mask. Those are the three like items that I'm thinking about going with first. So give me your feedback on that. It's going to be very important. See, I love that fact, Warlock. Mondo Macabro has limited their stuff so that everybody can get a chance to get it. And even when they limit their stuff, like it sells out. Like Mondo stuff usually sells out really quickly. Scream Factory put out a film, 2 films, I think Twice Dead and something else. On my face. My better half, Michael, will not let me put my face on anything. She won't let me do it. I thought about it. She said, no. Just sure from actually, I didn't realize that until once I was going to make I was going to do like a video, and I was going to put Call to Cinema. I said, well, I'll just put the initials down, and with the thing, and I'll put what the video's about right after it, and I was like, Call of Cinema. Oh no. Now I can do it on Actually, that might sell if you really think about it. COC. It's, or it would sell really well. COC Mania. Or like if you're a film hound, call it a Cinema Hounds. They do a cartoon, but I could not do a cartoon version. I heard COC is perfect. I actually like that. My better half would never let me do it, but I actually like it. I will actually. It's going to be a while. Like obviously, I got to do some work on stuff before I get up. As soon as I get it there, I'll make sure that I'll make a big announcement and I'll put down like the the links down below as well. Yeah, that really drives me. Like Dead Pit. Dead Pit, by the way, is another fantastic podcast. Having like a limit of 5. If nobody's buying 5 movies for themselves, they're buying 5 movies because they're scalping, and Scream Factory is encouraging scalpers, and that pisses me off actually. Like I like my stuff that I get from Scream Factory every once in a while, but Scream Factory is encouraging scalpers. Umbrella Entertainment has a Beyond Genres edition of Psycho Gorman coming out in March. I actually have been speaking to Umbrella Entertainment, so fingers crossed. I'm going to try to get a copy of that among with a couple other films to review on the channel, and I will let you guys know about that. But it's yeah. So to paraphrase the last little rant, piss the Scream Factory. I would like to see that. Did you know, Michael, that when I was in school, I'm a cock supporter. You have no picture of that one. I don't know. I mean, like Scream Factory is already the big brand, aren't they? Umbrella. I'll be I'm going with Umbrella. Raven Banner is doing the 3-disc edition here, I think, with the CD. Now Umbrella is going to be continuing through their Beyond Genres releases. They do like if you've ever seen any of their Beyond Genre releases, like Dagon or any of those, pretty amazing. Heather William. So I'll be looking into that. There's a couple I want to look into actually, but I'll keep that surprise. Yeah, I don't think Scream Factory needs any more like notice. Like everybody knows what Scream Factory are. It's still the smaller companies that they'll get the notice here, like the Vinegar Syndromes, the Severns, the Umbrellas, the companies like that, right? The Mill Creeks, even the Kinos. Like still, like some people say, well, they don't like Kino. They find it like really, like kind of like they find the spines kind of boring. But you get one Kino spine, yeah, boring. You get a whole bunch of Kino spines like right alongside one another on in a shelf. Looks amazing. It'll be interesting. Like if you got the bones, get them both, and then just do like a comparison. But yeah, there's like Dagon. Yeah, that's the version I want. It's got such a sexy release. Well, Shout Factory is the parent company of Scream Factory William. So think of Scream Factory as kind of a sub-label of Shout. Much in the way that let's see, what's a good example? I'm trying to think of one. I guess that the Kino has like the Redemption or the Jezebel lines as well, which are kind of like sub-labels of from like Kino Lorber. I'm so excited about this, by the way. Oh, the other titles, yeah. So limited editions. One thing to know about the Mondo Macabro limited editions. Here you go right now. So this is Panic Beats. This is sold out. So if you want to get it now, you're going to get a regular Blu-ray case. And who wants a Blu-ray case? I made a video yesterday, and I said, I typed in the Cowboy Way Blu-ray review. I'm just a Blu-ray. I didn't put a hyphen in the middle of Blu-ray. So somebody came on and said, I downvoted your video because you did not spell Blu-ray correctly. How would you feel if I renamed you? And I'm like, first I said, well, I'm going to put a comment. This is kind of pissing me off. I said, wait a second. This is my channel. Mute. And all the frustration went away. And ironically, right after I did that, 4 downvotes came up. I think it may be from one person, but 4 downvotes came up. Also, check out my Cowboy Wave review video. Please check out my review video stuff. Eclipse and Criterion, great example, Matthew. Vertigo to DC, not anymore, Warlock. I'm so pissed about the things I am pissed about today. DC taking off the Vertigo label and putting in Black Label. Because Vertigo label, Sandman, Hellblazer, Swamp Thing, amazing titles. Black Label, Batman's Penis. I'm not joking. You can look that up. So this is a limited edition Mondo Macabro release. This is Panic Beats. Really good film. Actually, I think you would like this one, Hint. Though there's one scene, maybe not so much. As you can see, it's got a special limited edition red case. They are thicker than normal cases. I remember once Mondo Macabro went and bought red cases, but they sent them the wrong red cases. So remember when PlayStation used to do the PlayStation hits? So Mondo's the only small company, right? So they sent them a bunch of PlayStation like red cases, and they can't just toss these cases. So their I think it was Symptoms release came in a red case, but it had like PlayStation written on the top of it. Aaron Pitt is no more, only Aaron Pissed. I like that. Actually, I like that a lot. Okay, one of the neat things that they do with these is you will have cards in here. There will be a booklet as well. There'll be a really cool booklet. There will also be alternate artwork. That's really sexy artwork, actually. I might change that over. Neat, hey? I'm not sure which one to go with. It's got Naschy's face in that one, though. And I do like... Everybody likes the handsomeness that is Naschy. Have you ever watched a Naschy film and noticed that almost every... Doesn't matter how like despicable his character is, pretty much almost every girl like kind of falls in love with Naschy. Or else. He's like one of the shortest Draculas, but kind of cool. Do I remember sharing when you scream? Yes, I do. That's actually one of my videos that blew up. For those that don't know, early on, I was really mad about like Scream Factory. What was it about again? Nightbreed, I think it was. It was Nightbreed. So Nightbreed was coming out, and it was going to be like expensive. And I was so peeved. I made this big video, like, shame on you, Scream Factory, for charging so much for Nightbreed, which I bought. Twice, because I got a copy for Mimi, my daughter as well. That's one of her favorite films, by the way. Yeah, it is. Like, Mondo Macabro doesn't do a lot of limited special editions. They only do them like maybe 3 to 4 times a year. There's only 2 or 3 titles that come out. They're not like companies that are putting out like 7 or 8 titles a month. There's not a ton of stuff to buy. They're a smaller company, and if you got the bones at the time to support them when they do releases like that, they do like around 1 sale a year. I first came upon Mondo. Actually, I was gone to like I went to somebody's house to buy some films. One of the Mondo titles were there, but like really came across Mondo in a big way the year that I moved here. The year that I moved to Nova Scotia, there was a huge Mondo sale, and it was the first time I'd ever seen like a big Mondo sale. And my better half is Moroccan. And we thought it would be kind of neat to have like some action and horror films that were from all over the world. And Mondo Macabro were the label at the time that were the only label really that were doing that. And obviously Scream Factory and Vinegar Syndrome, like, well, not so much Scream Factory. Yeah, Scream Factory now with the Naschy releases, But like Vinegar Syndrome and Severin are doing that now too with like their Korean, like not so much Korean releases, but pretty much like a lot of like Italian or Spanish releases. But Mondo, they were the ones that started. Basically, what started out was Mondo Macabro was a book. So the guy that does Mondo Macabro, Jared, was writing a book, and that book, ironically, was called Mondo Macabro. And when he was researching the book, looking for films, he realized a lot of them weren't out there. They weren't being put out for people to buy. So he was finding about all these cool films, and he realized nobody was distributing them. So there you go. You find a place, you find a market that isn't being utilized, and you take advantage of that market. And I don't mean take advantage in the bad way, I mean in the good way. Symptoms was also the first limited edition about Warlock. It was through the sale. My dad had a lot of the release. My dad, see here again. I'm not sure my dad's here now. He's gonna love this. My dad has a lot of the early Mondo Macabro releases, like the ones that are out of print. The ones that we want, that my better half especially wants, are these Bollywood type ones they put out. The ones that are gone out of print. Remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Massacre Video's doing one, which I'm sure we're gonna get, which is like a Nightmare on Elm Street Bollywood type of film.
It was not Bollywood because no, it's some of them are Filipino.
Was it the Filipino one?
Some of them are Pakistani, not necessarily Bollywood.
Well, we got Pakistani Dracula. That was amazing. That's really good.
Yeah, but I think there was a set or like a series of.
A series of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's like double, triple feature type thing. Anybody have any of those? Remember what the names of those are? Hey there, River. Welcome. Screen Factory and Chef should give you a free Blu-ray if you purchase 5 or more, like Warner Brothers used to do.
It's the Living Corpse.
Living Corpse. That's the one.
Yeah. There were a few others.
We got Living Corpse.
Oh, we have the Living Corpse.
Because that's Dracula, Pakistani Dracula. That's the
Dracula.
first one we watched, actually.
Yeah.
Ordered your first Mondo Macabro from Vinegar Syndrome staff section. Fox with Velvet Tail, actually a really cool film. A bit of a tame giallo. Did you notice that, Sculder? As opposed to like some of the other ones. But I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah, Aaron, it was the Bollywood horror collection in volumes. So you're right.
Yeah, Bollywood horror collection. Please. So if Mondo Macabro watches this, hey there, Jared. We would really love to have those Bollywood things out on Blu-ray, and we would definitely buy them. That's for sure. They were.
Yeah, they were DVD only.
So, Mondo actually originally were DVD only at the start. They only started doing like Blu-rays a while and various.
I think there were 3 volumes.
Yeah, Fry Laurie just said there were 3 volumes.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure if we lived in like an area like Ontario or somewhere, you'd probably be able to find them, like in some places. But they're really hard to find, and the only times I've ever found them on eBay, they've been extremely expensive.
Ridiculous. Not worth it.
But yeah, we'll wait until it comes out again. Hey there, Vince. Welcome, man. Call it Epics, yeah. You just got Deathbed, the bed that eats. Excellent. Naschy, Master Chaos, welcome, man. I'm actually doing a video later tonight, by the way, guys. So you know, I'm going to be on Fat Samurai Guy's channel. We're going to be talking about Iron Eagle versus Top Gun. And I'll be honest, it's a very unfair fair versus video. But I'll talk about that more later. You got to be upon. My dad would be so jealous, Cass, because he's a huge, the biggest Naschy fan you'll ever meet. Yeah, the Nightmare on Elm Street one was coming out on Massacre Video. Yeah, hopefully it'll get around here. Madman Entertainment is having a 70% off sale on anime. Personal goal to collect all the Naschy movies. You and my dad got the same personal goal. I actually want to have the Naschy stuff. I got the second volume. The first volume wasn't as easy to get. I think I got it. Well, my better half got it for me in. I think it was Sunrise. It was at Sunrise Records.
Yeah.
Can't go pursuing Bay Street for at least another 2 weeks. Well, at least you know you stay safe that way. Hopefully, they're faring well with this whole thing going on. Thanks. I think I may have been chosen for the wrong one. I'm not a huge like fighter guy. but I extremely appreciate it. You see my cat photobombing in the background. That is Hubert, my big butt cat. He got the booty. But yeah, if you have not checked out any of this stuff, so yes, I was going to show you before. So make sure these cards are showable. So, like for instance, there's nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. And they do well with the cards. I mean, like they're all usually double-sided. They have these. I can't show you the booklet for this one because it's nudity. Paul Naschy likes his nudity. I'll show you from this one. So there's cards here like that. Like say there's a poster card, blood ceremony. So that's the booklet for blood ceremony. That's the booklet for bloody hell. That's the booklet for blood ceremony. Is there any director's complete filmography you have in your collection? That's a really good question. I don't know. Iron Hugo had 3 sequels. There was actually 4 of them. But there's a few directors that I definitely want all their stuff. I gotta eventually upgrade Living Dead in Manchester Morgue. I've only got that on the original DVD of Blue Underground. Not sure if it's been put on. It's been put on Blu-ray, right? I'm sure it got Blu-ray release. After watching like this is really good. I like Jorge Grau's stuff. This is basically the Count's Bathory tale, done in a different way than you'd expect because because U Olan is in this. I'm sure I butchered that name. But because she was in Candy, she started in Candy. But this here goes in different ways than you expect. It's considering like who did it and like the type of film that is, you expect it to be much more exploitive than it is, and it's not. And that's kind of it's good. It kind of blows your mind in a way. Synapse, okay, Synapse put that out. I knew someone had put that out. I'm sure if I wait long enough, it'll come in again with another special edition. Just wait, Sadian. Wait on it and you get another one. Like Action USA. If I wait in Action USA and I'd missed out on that one, I would have been really upset because I'm collecting those like releases, those Vinegar Sun releases. But then was the MVD Rewind put out afterwards. And this was one of their very rare slipcover ones. They don't do a lot of slipcover stuff. This is one of my favorite releases that they ever did, and it is gorgeous. Like it's gorgeous. Recently received their Blu-ray release. Release. Oh, Steelbook. Okay. Oh, thanks. Rad. Oh, this one here. This is Queens of Evil. The limited edition version of this one has a over 3-hour long interview with the late Ray Lovelock, who was one of my favorite Italian actors. I always get excited when I see an Italian actress. I was watching The Cowboy yesterday, and it had Thomas Milian in it. I'm a huge Thomas Milian fan. So he didn't have like a huge part, but he had like a big enough part. So I was really excited to see him in the film. If you want to know more about that, watch my review of The Cowboy later on here on my channel. Also, you know what I forgot to say? This is YouTube. So hey there, Cinematech. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. Like, share, subscribe, do all that YouTube jazz that makes the channel so happy and makes it so that you guys can see and know in advance when my videos are being made. There is a donation link down there if anybody ever wants to donate to my poor pitiful self. And there will be a Patreon link later on for my Patreon, where there's going to be a lot more live videos happening as well in the near future. So check that out, the Live Movie Club, which is we call them the Crimson Cult. And there you go. there's all my shilling stuff out of the way. Do a little tap dance. All right, now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Anyway, let's talk. Who's getting these 2 releases? Who's picking up Hell of the Devil with that sexy cover that I can't show on screen? Well, but it was a drawing. Remember, that was a drawing. In case, if YouTube ever says anything, it was a drawing. It was a Rick Melton drawing. Okay, so, who's going to pick up those 2 releases? You're a big Euro horror fan, and you're 49 years on the planet, have never managed to see Queens of Evil. Nice. I mean, that's good. I mean, like, we're the same age. I'm also 49 for a little longer. He's happy. And for a little longer, till March 31st. March 31st is my birthday. You're in for the Naschy for sure. Look up the Grau stuff if you can, Griff. I think you'll like it. I'll put you this. Do you like kind of those revenge movies? Might be a little salty. Did I also see the Eureka announcements? I don't think I did. So let's check it out. I'm going to check that out right now. So let me just put you back on. I know what you're saying. I can't believe I can't see his handsome visage right now. Well, it's the sacrifices we all have to make. So let's look for Eureka here on Twitter, because Twitter, source of news for everybody nowadays. So the May release is here. Okay, here we go. This is a cool one. I'm a John le Carre fan. So we got The Spy Who Came In From the Cold with Richard Burton, Claire Bloom, Oscar Werner. Obviously, I see it on the screen. I don't just remember it. One-Armed Boxer. Is that Jimmy Wang Yu? I'm trying to look closely if it is. Yeah, it is actually. And Time and Tide. I could have looked on the side of the screen and saw the Jimmy Wang Yu thing, for crying out loud. I am not the most observant guy all the time. Good friend of mine picked up Electra Woman and Dino Girl. That is so cool. But yeah, so you got like One-Armed Boxer. I like the fact there's a lot more Asian cinema coming out recently, especially ones where they kick people in the face, because I like those movies. I like action movies where people get kicked in the face. You made the 49. Exactly, Fry. Almost. Keep going, man. It's going to be like, damn, half a century. Do you know how many, consoles we've lived through? All the consoles. That's what we've lived through. All the consoles. It's like in WandaVision, when they're trying to play the video game, it keeps glitching out, and it's it's GameCube, and it's the Wii, and then it's like Uno. Dublin, I would love to visit Ireland, man. I want to go to Ireland. I want to go to Dublin, and I want to have a drink there. That's what I want to do. I also want to see the sights. That's also what I want to do. But I am from Newfoundland, so one of the neatest things that I did when I went to England, for instance, was we went to a bar, and I got a pint at the bar. It was really nice. One-Armed Boxer. Tarantino has a lot of favorite films. I'm still a kid. Today he turned 55. Well, Vince. Everybody say happy birthday to Vince. If I ever get over to Dublin, get Dublin, I'll look you up. And I'll try not to embarrass myself by doing a horribly bad accent.
No.
I can't promise that it will embarrass me.
No, you're not.
My better half will stop me from embarrassing myself.
And others.
And others. And herself. Eureka moved to the Criterion style cases permanently. Nice. I like that, actually. Criterion have moved away from those. They don't do them as much, which is a shame. But there's a lot of good releases coming out. So the Spy Came Here from the Cold. Pretty sure that is Le Carre, right? Yeah, it's John Le Carre. Like Smalley's People. I read a lot of John Le Carre when I was growing up. I went through like a stage reading all these like spy novels and stuff like that. And Le Carre was one of the ones that like stood out for me. Now, I'm sure out of these three titles here, my better half would like the One-Armed Boxer best. Since it's an old school like martial arts film. Like, 70s era. Because it's Jimmy Wang Yu. So, Time and Tide, I don't remember though. Which one is Time and Tide? Let's see if they kind of have any more information on these down here. Ah, okay, so let's see if I can show this without okay, the sound's off.
And get our revenge.
Not sound, just want to see let's do this. Alright, so for those that are interested in getting the One-Armed Boxer, she does have great taste, yeah. We need Rothrock's Hong Kong films. See? Is that not cool? See, right now she's seeing it like a little bit like delayed. So, although you guys are seeing no, it's not like a vampire fangs, but probably it's like he has a lot of facial hair. See? It's like One Punch Man. He can finish him with like one blow.
Oh no, he's a demon.
Special edition Blu-ray, May 2021. Limited edition O-card, limited edition reversible poster, original Mandarin and English optional titles, brand new feature-length audio commentary, limited edition collector's booklet with writing from James Oliver and archival writing. So super cool stuff. I'm actually super stoked about that. I gotta say, what do you guys think? One-Armed Boxer look good? The UK has been amazing for rescuing all these these era films, like 80 films, Eureka. They've been like rescuing these type films.
It's just that you can't get them shipped over here anymore.
That's the killer part. So Time and Tide is Sue Hark's sharp and kinetic crime thriller. So that is definitely my kids' like style right there. You watch Devil Bat and the Ape. Oh, nice. He's a One-Armed Executioner. Who put out? I'm sure somebody put it out. My dad used to talk about this movie. I think 80 Films. Yes, it's 80 Films put out. The where they throw this like thing across the room, across, and would like decapitate people. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's like the flying guillotine.
Flying guillotine. Yeah, perfect. The flying guillotine. My dad used to talk about the flying guillotine all the freaking time. And that's why, like, one of these days, I got to get the flying guillotine. It's an 88 Films release. I know it is. It's really hard to get like UK releases over here at this particular moment, unfortunately. I have a couple actually surprise packages coming my way in the near future from a couple of viewers, so I want to thank you guys for that. I truly appreciate it. My dad saw the Flying Guillotine in the theater. He saw a lot of those movies. That's one thing I'm very jealous of. You got to experience all these movies like in the theater. I was lucky enough where I lived in a small enough area that had like a crappy enough low budget theater that we got like a lot of Naschy and a lot of Argento and stuff like that in the theater. But excellent stuff. For details, I want to see details on this one here. Alright, so for The Spy Came In From the Cold. Do they have any features on these things yet? I'm sure there's features here, but I'm just not seeing it right now. Yeah, it's John Le Carre. That's from the Masters of Cinema series. eBay. We don't like to go the eBay route if we don't have to. eBay has been very iffy for us. There was a time when we actually sold some stuff on eBay, and we got screwed over once, and that was once too many times, and that was it. That's the end of that. Brand new audio commentary with film scholar Adrian Martin. Brand new video essay by critic and filmmaker David Carnes, and a 48-page booklet with new essay by Richard Coombs on that film. Boo. Yeah, I mean, Warlock, Brexit, man. Brexit. Arrow is doing a true romance release. I think I got like the card for that one. I mean, yeah, shipping like more recently. Next round of imprint films announced tomorrow. So that's something we can talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow's my... No, today is today. What's today? Is today Thursday? Oh, today's my Thursday show. My mom just messaged me, and I had to let her know that I was live on YouTube in case she wants to watch. And if you do, Mom, hey, how's it going? Imprint films, I would love to get stuff from Imprint. Unfortunately, Imprint's pretty expensive. Like, they're from Australia, and I've shown my better half like their stuff before. They're very impressive. Like, if you can get the Imprint stuff, I 100% recommend it. Like, the stuff that they have. But oh man. Where's it at? Like, I think it's in the States where you can get stuff. It's like eBay or something like that, and you pay in like increments or something like that. Like eBay has its own, like, PayPal has its own, like, what's it called? PayPal credit?
Whatever. We don't have any of that.
Yeah, we don't get it here. Yeah, I know David Sterling stuff's being offered by Makeflix right now. I actually spoke with David Sterling in December. Because at the time I was thinking of getting like one of his box sets. I unfortunately didn't have the bones for it at the time, but he's like a kind of an independent guy. You know, kind of works on his own. I would recommend picking up some of his releases. A very interesting character. Very friendly. I mean, he got back to me right away. Offered me a couple of deals at the time. I felt bad because I couldn't afford them at the time, but he has done some really cool little films. A bunch, the whole Camp Blood series, stuff like that. Oh. So that's ones. Craigslist isn't a thing here so much. What we have here is called, what do we call it here? Craigslist is not really big here in Canada.
No, we have, not here.
Like in...
Here it's basically just Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook like groups are usually best here for the ordering stuff.
Facebook Markets.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is amazing.
When we were in Newfoundland, Kijiji worked.
Yeah, Kijiji was big in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Also in Ontario.
Well, everywhere else, it's just where we are is too small, maybe, or something else. Anyway.
We had like, I have a story for you. So, for the last 10 days or so, last 10 or 12 days, off and on, we were getting, like, not snow, but like ice thrown at our windows. And so, it's one night here, and I'm up by myself. My better half's gone to bed. She's watching TV, and I hear a big bang, right? So first I think this knock on the door because another one of Hin's many Sheen packages has come in the mail, but no, it wasn't that. it was somebody that came up. Someone came up and banged on the glass doors on the back. So I didn't see them at first, but I went out front, and then I decided to go to went out the other door as well, the side door. And as I was going down the driveway to the side door, saw this kid, this older kid. I guess he seemed older anyway. Just zooming across my lawn, and then I realized, okay, I'm finally seeing the kids that have been like throwing stuff at my window for the last 10 days. So normal, a smart person would say, okay, I guess I'm going to go inside and, I don't know, call the authorities or whatever. So I saw two other kids, and they seemed like they're older kids, like around 15 or 16, or maybe a little bit older, I don't know. But not the brightest on the uptake if they were, because they were like hiding behind snow, the smallest snowbank in the world, just peering up to see if I saw them, and I did. So I just stood there and stared at them, I kind of stared them down until they stood up, and then they started to awkwardly kind of walk away, and they were desperately trying to save face at this point. So they're walking away, but they're trying to walk away kind of cool and still watch me, who's not moving and is still staring at them, till they get far enough away where they're turning down a street, and they yell at something which I'm sure was derogatory, but I couldn't hear them. My hearing's not that good. I'm getting old. And they went on down the street. So I came back inside, saw them coming up the street again, went out one more time, and thought, yeah, I could probably chase these kids. But instead I went up and told my better half. I said, you know what? I've been doing this quite a bit. Let's call the police. So I was like, no, let me take care of this myself. I can buy a bat. Street justice. That make their heads explode with my scanner powers. Yes, I wish. I wouldn't do that. Just a limb, just one limb. No, they're younger. But they weren't kids, I don't think. It was hard to tell. It's hard to tell nowadays. I mean, kids grow up they sprout up so quickly. They could be 12 and just been really tall. You never know.
No, not at that hour, Aaron, on a weekday.
Yeah, you're right.
No, those were...
They were older.
They were older teenagers. Still teenagers, idiots.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so the police came by. Apparently they've been doing it to a few houses, because they'd gotten other calls on it.
I just don't want them to break windows in the middle of the winter and a pandemic.
Yeah.
I don't care if they want to play. I just don't want them to destroy property.
Hey there, Kubrick. Say AME understands the Charles Bronson style.
Yeah. Well, that's what I kept telling Aaron. I was like, this is not a freaking movie, Aaron. We called the cops, and that's that.
I don't know. I like the...
Stare down teenagers, for God's sake.
It worked, though. What else am I supposed to do? I'm not going to go chase them.
No.
I was wearing... And at the time, I didn't have my sneakers on. I still had my flip-flops on. Which is the least intimidating.
Yeah.
Least intimidating. Now, I had my sneakers next time when it came back. But, if I would have moved, I would have been on my ass. So, stare down was actually the only option that I had, because I would have been sliding there. Because I'd been like, I'm going to get you kids.
What was that Clint Eastwood movie with the teenagers where he goes, he's always in his front porch, grumpy. It was one of his later ones.
Gran Torino?
Is it?
He dies in that one.
I don't know. I don't watch Clint.
Spoiler alert.
I don't watch.
That's a really dark film.
Is it what the teenagers at first they're kind of
Yeah.
they're
Well, yeah, he ends up sacrificing himself. I think.
oh, okay. Well, you're not doing that.
We come from different worlds. So, guys, Did I actually lose a viewer while I told that story? Shame on you for leaving while I'm telling a story where my life is in danger.
I think it's me.
No, just the opposite, actually. Like that's through the camera or on my shoulder. Actually, I had my phone on me and I was going to take pictures of them. I was just going to snap pictures of them. I should have done that.
What?
The kids.
Oh, yeah.
I would have been smart. But I wasn't smart, right?
That's fine.
But there you go. There's like a story outside of films, like from my life.
We live in a weird neighborhood.
That we do. Let's have a ring doorbell. That will stop some of the riffraff. Oh, no, my life was really dangerous. It's more of a joke.
No. No, it was just us old folks not wanting to have our windows break in the middle of a pandemic in winter in Canada. That's all.
You need to close the video. Okay. Well, we can forgive her for that. Did she close it because she was so freaked out because there was so much tension with the story? Was that it? But anyway, guys, you know what I gotta do right now? I have to make another video tonight. So before I do that, I just gotta go eat in a second. I had a salad earlier. You have your chihuahua in front of you? That's nice. They're so cute.
They're cute.
All right. Now's the time where I do the basic shilling that I do at the end of my video. That I do at the middle part of my video, and I do it at the end as well.
Are you doing your Charles Dickens character?
Barkus is willing. Look that up, guys. It is anyway. If you haven't already liked this video, there's a big thumbs up button. Don't use the thumbs down one. It's not nice. It's bad karma. Thumbs up, always a good way to go. Also, if you're not subscribed and you're still here, subscribe. I also have a Patreon channel where I do videos on as well. And I do live streams. I'll be doing a live stream during the Vinegar Syndrome sale, by the way. The big sale that's coming up, halfway to Black Friday sale. If you want to see me buying my stuff from Vinegar Syndrome on that halfway to Black Friday sale, Patreon is the only way to see that. And some other videos that are coming up as well. Also, because I will shamelessly shill, there is a donation button which you can click on and just it's in the link, it's a donation link right in there. Make my dreams come true. Get me a better camera than this, because that's one of the things my donations are going towards. And also the other thing is basically have a good night, enjoy yourself. Come to Fat Samurai Guy's channel later on. Yep, it's in May. And we'll be talking about Iron Eagle, the classic Louis Gossett Jr. Jason Gedrick film, versus Top Gun, a movie that stars this little-known actor that you may not have heard of before called Tom Cruise. Hey, Danuch, you're getting me on the way out. Catch me later as well, by the way, Danuch. I'm going to be on Fat Samurai Guy's channel talking about Iron Eagle versus Top Gun, which should be really interesting. We've got some stuff to talk about on there. And I'll see you guys soon. Because right now, I got to make sure I don't lose my voice before the next video. Or then, he'll go Samurai Man. We don't want to see that happen.